Today on our show,
Going into Gotham with Lego Batman.
That's right, man. We're going to snap together our review of the Lego Batman movie today on Fatman on Lego Batman.
Ooh.
Thank you. Welcome to Fatman on Batman. I'm Kevin Smith.
I am Marc Bernardin.
We're going to fucking talk the shit out of the Lego Batman movie.
Yes.
With Will Arnett, which we've both seen. I went to the premiere for it, and did you pay like a fucking normie?
I paid like a mook, but it was the second time I saw it.
Oh,
and
shit.
I'll tell you about the first time I saw it.
Oh my God, so he's seen it twice. So
Two
you're going to get
times.
this fucking shit broken down. We all had a weekend to see it and stuff. Did it open well?
It opened very well.
There you go. So, we're Johnny-come-latelys to it, but a lot of people are like, what the fuck? The show has Batman in the title. Aren't you going to review? Get off your fat ass, blah, blah, blah. And so here we are. But before we can do that, a bit of housekeeping, folks. In order to keep the lights on, we got some paid advertisements here. Now, when I say paid, man, they do give us money for this, but I don't give a fuck. I wear this shit free for nothing, man. We're talking about MeUndies.com, man. MeUndies.com is the website where you fucking go to and you join up, and every month they send you a box of underwear.
I mean, it's like having a mom who goes to the store for you to buy you underwear, but who buys you the best underwear.
I'm going to take it one step further. Did you lose your mother ever? This will replace her. This service. You know what I'm saying? Like, my mom didn't buy my underwear. My dad did, but my dad's dead. But signing up to MeUndies.com is almost like rising my father from the grave with a reading of the Necronomicon.
If only they could also make
Your
grilled
mom
cheese
bought
sandwiches.
your undies and shit?
Yeah.
Is that how it's normally done?
I mean, yeah, kind of.
They really gender divided in my house. My mom would buy my sister's undies, but my dad always bought my... So I'm really fucking subject to his taste. The tyranny of my father's brief. He was a briefs man.
Was he? Starchy briefs?
Yeah, and so we're all fucking starchy briefs. I'm still Fruit Illuminate years later until MeUndies comes along and said, here, just like a fucking modern man, you fucking Cro-Mag.
See, it was just me and my brother, so my mom was buying underpants for us anyway.
Right.
But we have a very lacy taste.
Really?
Yeah.
She was like, where are these? These are all right. Did you ever go to school in like panties instead of underwear?
No.
I did. No new underwear. Mom's like, where are these? And I was like, these are Virginia's. And she's like, I know, just shh.
Don't tell anybody.
They felt, I'll be honest, they felt sexy.
I mean, yeah.
A little too sexy. Almost
some
as
pep in the
sexy
step.
as the underwear from MeUndies.com. What is this shit made of? It's a fabric that comes from literally the planet Thanagar. It's from space.
Space fabric
There's a space-age polymer involved.
called modal, I think it is.
That's right, Modal, who wants to
Modal.
control the universe.
Puppet
Machine
master.
designed only for underwear.
for underwear loveliness.
It's comfy as fuck, man. This is here. Let me get rid of the legalese.
All right, do it.
For a limited time, everyone in my audience and his audience as well, our audience, they get 20% off their first order. But you have to go to our special page URL, MeUndies.com. That's MEUNDIES.com/Fatman, all one word and stuff like that. They got a guaranteed. You got nothing to lose. If you don't like it, you can fucking send it back, and they'll give you your money back. Like, these cats are fucking crazy, man.
And they sell them on the secondhand underwear market.
And then, yeah, and some people are like panty sniffers. They are modals, you're right. 3 times softer than cotton. Have you ever said, what the fuck is softer than cotton, and thought, I don't know, a cloud? You were wrong.
Dreams. perhaps.
Modal. Just for the sport of it.
Children's tears, softer than cotton.
But not here. These good folks at MeUndies.com have discovered something softer and less heartbreaking than your child's tears. It is the fabric from which they make the fucking underpants. For the price of 2 cocktails, you fucking drunks, you could get MeUndies, MeUndies.com. Deliver your favorite new pair of underwear right to your doorstep. Just your day instantly brightens.
It does, man. Like it's like somebody's blowing gently, warmly on your junk all day long. It is the most delightful feeling.
And there's a bunch of designs too. So it's like a bunch of different people blowing on your junk all day
Yeah,
long.
ghosts blowing on your junk.
You don't want to
flowers.
fucking go buy underwear. You know what? You need time for you, man. You can play video games, fucking go out to eat, go through Netflix. You don't want to be getting up, going to buy underwear. Don't.
No.
MeUndies.com will treat you like a baby should be treated. Pampered in underpants.
Just drop ship that shit right to your house, like Operation Dumbo Drop, and instead of elephants, underwear.
They send you so much fucking underwear that, like, you don't even have to, when you're done wearing it once, you can be like, fling out the window and shit. And you could live like a rock star.
And then they'll fly to space to join their planetary bodies.
Back to the, like, we have the information to the planet Modal. MeUndies.com. Support them. Show them that you watch this show, man. I'm telling you, ladies, men, children of all ages, it don't fucking matter. Everyone needs somebody
to love.
Someone to love. You won't fucking find a better offer than this today, man. Go to MeUndies.com/Fatman and get on the fucking MeUndies train.
Do it,
like
man.
us.
Wear it like a
Get
champ.
your gench on, motherfucker. Wrap your dick or clit in modal.
Like the man
That's
said.
their new slogan. Take that for free, MeUndies.com.
On the
Wrap your
buses.
dick in modal.
Dick/clit in modal.
People driving home look at the billboard like, who's modal?
I want to be
love
to.
All right, man. Now that we're done cursing and fucking talking about underpants, let's review a children's film. Me and Marc saw a Lego Batman movie.
Yes, we did.
I saw it at the premiere. I went by myself.
Oh,
My kid was were in her school play and shit. So I went and they had, like, she was supposed to go with me, and they had, like, Harley Quinn Smith, and I was like, one, please. Felt like my friend Malcolm Ingram at the movies. One, please. But it didn't matter. I didn't need a fucking kid. That's how good that movie is. That movie makes you go, why did I have children?
Don't need them.
Yeah, this movie makes up for any sort of, like, should I pass on this legacy? Fuck no. Because you'll never make anything. If you have 1,000 babies, you'll never make one as good as this Lego Batman movie. I had a great time. And I didn't expect to like it as much as I did, to be honest with you.
Right. What soured you going
Not soured, but that Lego movie is fucking perfection.
It's magic.
It is absolute fucking magic. And I had no expectations of that Lego movie whatsoever. I was going, oh, come on, Lego movie. And it is one of the 20 greatest things ever fucking created by human hands. It's such a wonderful movie. It makes you feel good and shit. Makes you feel hopeful. Funny as fuck. And Batman was an amazing character as depicted. And, darkness, no parents, like really funny. But, one character on the journey and a supporting player. So when they were like, we're going to make a whole movie about that, naturally they got my money, I'm going to go. But I didn't expect they could touch what they did with the Lego movie. And for me, they did. They were able to tell you the story of isolation, of a person who's just like, no, I got this, who needs to learn how to work well with others. Kids movie, first and foremost, right? That being said, for me, best Batman movie I saw in a theater since The Dark Knight. The structure of a Batman movie that it has is wonderful. Like, and the fact that it's full Batman family, like, you see Condiment King. If you're a DC Comics nut, not everyone is, but even if you're like, I'm a fucking Marvel zombie bitch, chances are you love Batman.
You know a little bit.
Yeah, totally. There ain't no Marvel fucking zombie on the planet. It's like, I don't do Batman. Like, everybody does Batman. Batman's everybody's little bitch. So, if you know Batman, you know the world of Batman, you know a little bit of DC. This movie has a gazillion jokes they just whip out for free, like just hitting constantly. Works as a DC, if you're a DC fan. Works on that level insanely well. Works on the level of a kid's movie of like, hey, there's a nice little lesson and I made it through. I wasn't like, where's the popcorn and shit? I was gripped the whole time. And it also works as a fucking Batman movie. As a Batman fan, I was like, my God, this is like a fucking Batman fan film made by a fan of every incarnation of Batman, which is like all of us. So I went in going like, I'm sure it'll be fine. I went out going, what a magic trick that was. Like, what a party. That was wonderful. It was like they all had a party in my mouth and I came. That doesn't sound as good as in my head and shit. What is take it away from that horrible.
The thing that I loved about this movie, and I was not as overwhelmingly like through the moon.
Let me fill my mouth with spit so I can do a spit.
You should do that.
No,
I loved that it incorporated and streamlined and put on a rail that the last 60 years of Batman screen continuity is the same thing.
It's awesome.
Like the Adam West years and somebody makes a joke about, remember when you would try to take over Gotham with the Prince music? Is in there.
The Joker, yes, that's right.
Like the fact that Billy D. Williams is playing Two-Face.
They have enough Batman movies to be able to make Batman movie jokes.
Yeah, and it reminded me a bit of Mark Waid's run on Daredevil, which does this thing where, and of course Daredevil has had tons of incarnations over the years. There's
This was fun.
super dark, super bright, super light, super fucking grim. And it's not that it was different takes on it. It was all one story, according to Mark Waid. And Daredevil, Matt Murdock, had made a decision to not be grim. So for his run, he was going to be fun because the alternative was fucking insanity.
Right.
This movie makes the decision to make it all one continuity.
Yes.
Which is fucking brilliant. The thing that I was missing, though, was that in the Lego movie, the movie itself is both super fun on the surface, but it's got this super great sort of lesson moral underneath it. The idea that fathers and sons and order and chaos and creativity is not something to be, stamped down and not something to be eradicated, but it's actually something to be embraced. And this world is alive because of creativity. And the minute you try and sap it from that with the craggle, which makes everything firm and hard, is this great discussion about age and discussion about sort of moral flexibility and mental flexibility. Where this movie was, family's awesome.
You're absolutely right about that.
Which I don't decry in any way as a message, but it didn't do for me what either the Lego movie did or The Incredibles does, which is also maybe the best superhero movie ever made.
Getting a sequel.
Like also a kids movie, also functions exactly the way, a kids movie needs to. There's enough wow, big bang, whatever. But you also get the aging of it. You get a man who needs to feel like he still has a part in the world. A wife who feels like her family's spinning apart. Kids who don't ever get the love from their parents.
Right.
All of these things are synthesized into this perfect Fantastic Four story. I was just missing that thing.
It sounds like you saw the Lego Batman movie that I was expecting to see.
Right.
And maybe because I'm not nearly as smart as you. And also my expectations were lower. I went in going, yeah, I'm sure it'll be fine. I went out going, what a magic trick. That was wonderful. I feel so fucking good inside. But you're right. Like, I'd certainly still doff my cap or cowl, if you will, to the Lego movie. Like, it is, you're right. It is a synthesis of so many different stories.
Yeah.
Whereas this, you're right. This was very much like
totally, and as that
family's
thing,
important.
It is super enjoyable and entertaining, and all the in jokes and all of that stuff is fantastic. But I just wanted more to the gooey center, more nougaty instead of more crunchy. Don't know what that means.
I was wholly satisfied. I was like, more of this. Fucking keep it coming. You know what I really liked? Have they done Barbara Gordon as the commissioner in the comics ever? Spoilers?
Not that I know of.
What a great idea.
That's amazing.
Like, Commissioner Jim Gordon retires, and Commissioner Gordon is Barbara Gordon. And in this version of Barbara...
Nepotism.
In this version, which I wholly support, says the maker of Yoga Hosers. But what I liked about it was she wasn't Batgirl.
No.
She just wanted, she's the same, she wanted to, stop crime, but through the justice system, do it right. And they were depending less on Batman and,
Just
Batman being the lone wolf.
Batman.
Yes. Oh, and so just great take on the character. Rosario Dawson voicing.
Perfect.
Wonderful. And then the incarnation of like, you got to wear a suit. Because the whole time I'm like, they put her in ads as Batgirl, but like you get to like the last 15 minutes of the movie, she's still Barbara Gordon. And then to get her into the suit, you're of course.
There it is.
And it's adorable.
I had seen this movie the first time I saw it. Was about 6 months ago. Yeah, about 6 months ago.
What?
Yeah, I saw
You kept your mouth shut that like literally off camera. We didn't even talk about.
I did. It was a test screening because I live in the part of Los Angeles which has. It's deep in the valley, and it's the perfect sort of demographic cross-section for the rest of America. So they test screen a bunch of movies there. So I kind of rolled in with my kid, probably like October of last year, maybe. Did not tell him I was a member of the press, otherwise I would have had to leave.
Right.
And then had to like slink in my seat once I see, hey, there's Jeff Johns, and then there's Jeff Robinoff, and there's all of like Warner Brothers brass, and Kevin Tsujihara, and half of them know what I look like, and I should not be in the screening. So just take the boy, put him on my lap. Nobody will see me.
Like, who's holding up that baby like a human shield?
That's weird.
I think that's Marc Bernardin.
But yeah, it was not even a half rendered. Like, you saw the first half of it sort of mostly CG, and by the back half, it's just drawings on paper and like temp voices. And so part of me seeing it the second time was, where do they fill in the blanks? What did they change? Where did they realize
You
that,
were doing
okay,
a comparison.
a little A/B to see, all right, what did it used to be? What was it going to be? Like the Phantom Zone was kind of totally different. There was a giant robot was the bad Phantom Zone person. I don't think they'd had the clearances for stuff like the Daleks yet from Doctor Who.
Did they do? Well, I mean, when they did the hey, we're gonna expand the universe, I noticed it was like Harry Potter, which Warner Brothers has, Wizard of Oz, which I think Warner Brothers has. What else was there?
Sauron from Lord of the Rings, which is New Line, Warner Brothers.
Warner Brothers has.
But I think the Doctor Who,
That was the one that was like, how does Warner Brothers have that?
they get it because, and the same thing for the first Lego movie, they had the rights to everything Lego has the rights to. So Lego has play sets of Star Wars and, you know, the Marvel stuff even, and, you know, they've got everything. So they could put them all in the same movie without having to overly go around and make bargains with the devil to get stuff.
Sauron was a nice touch.
Sauron is a nice touch. So yeah, like I still like this movie.
You saw the
quite a
work
bit.
in progress, the whip, as
Whip!
they call it,
saw it
and
two
then you
times.
saw the finished
So
product.
they're finished. And it is amazing that you can do that sort of thing. And
Yeah.
even in 6 months, to finish a movie like that and add a shit ton of jokes and completely re-engineer what the Phantom Zone would look like. I mean, power to him.
Fucking A. Where do you give if we were, you know what, fuck grades. You figure it out.
Yeah, you'll go. You'll
know what
like
I'm
it.
saying?
Nobody
Fucking-
doesn't like this movie.
Yeah, it is fucking so worth your time. Like, you didn't hear a fucking yay, nay. You heard like, oh my God, it's like his dick. And this guy was like, it's cool, handshake will do. Either
Yeah,
way,
maybe it's a handy.
well, there you go.
He's sucking
That's
on
even
it.
better. Either way, it's a must. It's a do.
Yeah, like if you're a Batman fan, there's no way you don't get all of the joy out of this movie.
What did it do? Anybody know, number-wise?
55 million, I think, over the weekend. It beat 50 Shades Darker.
Really?
Yeah, domestically.
I mean, well, don't throw that in. Just domestic's fine. We live in America. That's what America first. I've been hearing a lot lately. I think that's what it has to do with. I believe is the box office numbers.
Make Batman great again.
That's impossible. So he's always been fantastic. So okay, well that's hard. I don't know. You know, I'm certainly not wishing the other thing well, but it's nice to know that
Yeah.
Batman is still preferred to.
I mean, I think that 50
What's his name?
Shades...
Christian Grey.
50 Shades of Grey, the first one, opened to
Bruce
like,
Wayne, better billionaire, sexier billionaire, one could argue, than Christian Grey.
Yeah. But
You're
the
right. First one opened like
First one was like $110 million.
and
they were
didn't have a Batman movie against it.
No. And they were expecting...
That's a money geyser.
Okay. All right. Not like
See
a
it
money,
now?
like a money shroom.
Show him your blowjob.
We're challenged in so many
Obviously, neither of us have seen either of those things.
or are good with the sign language. But yeah, so that made 55. I think 50 Shades Darker made like 45, and
Okay.
then John Wick 2 made 30 million.
That's more than the
strong
first
for that.
John Wick made, right?
Yeah, I mean the first one cost 20, made like 60, and then this one cost 25.
You saw Wick?
I
You
saw
let the
Wick.
Wick? We're going to talk about it in the next
We
episode.
will. Yes.
That's right. That's all you're going to get about Lego Batman. Go see the shit out of it. Will Arnett, genius voiceover artist. But I love him in everything.
Yeah.
Michael Cera was wonderful and
Robin,
fun
so
and
much
touching as Robin. Rosario, as we said, just mint, as the kids used to say.
Ray Fiennes as Alfred.
Who did not voice...
Voldemort.
Yeah, Eddie Izzard voiced Voldemort. Yeah, for some reason I thought that was a shoo-in. He was
Yeah.
like, must be him, but he didn't voice it.
Double duty, man. Get paid twice.
So funny. But he was a fantastic Alfred. What else? Like Ralph's in it. Ralph Garman does voices in
Oh,
it.
very nice.
Chris Hardwick is in it.
How did you feel about Zach Galifianakis' Joker?
Good, fine, like funny.
Yeah.
Like, you know, he didn't fucking steal the show, but that's...
It's so hard to do that character, though. Like, if you're gonna, you either have to steer so far away from what Mark Hamill does that it doesn't feel like the Joker,
Right.
or you have to lean so much into what Mark Hamill does that it feels like you're copying Mark Hamill's Joker.
It's definitely, well, they've had people come in and do, you know, in the Dark Knight cartoon movie, the guy from Person of Interest, from Lost.
Right.
He did the Joker, and, you know, he went for something else. Like, it's, you know, the guy, what's his name, Kevin, who did, no, well, obviously him, of course, but the guy who did the Joker during the Batman cartoon, which was like more like sounded it was like the, very different take. It's possible to do a different take. It just didn't. I thought it was noble of him to stay out of the way. You know what I'm saying? Rather than make it about him and look how fucking. And I'm not saying like he wasn't funny. He had funny moments and stuff, but their character was played in a wonderfully different way too. So. Does it sound like I'm trying? I hope it doesn't sound like I'm making excuses for him, but he wasn't the
like this Joker.
standout. He was strong, but it wasn't like, oh my god, he'd redefined the character.
Yeah, like he wasn't going for manic; he was going for heartbroken. Yeah. Because that's what so much of that story is.
That worked for me. I didn't bump into it at one moment and go like, they should have gotten somebody else.
Yeah.
And I do like the bit, and they put it in the advertising I've seen, of him being like, I fight around. And like how he keeps going like, you mean nothing to me and blah blah blah, and they keep cutting back to his eyes and they're getting more and more water. Wonderful bits.
It's like, just tell me you hate me. I dislike you intensely. Yes. Just say it.
I fight around. It's absolute magic. Hats off to all involved, man. Yeah. Seth Graham Smith, is that it? Mm-hmm. Seth Graham Smith.
Graham Greene is the Native American actor.
I call myself Kevin Greene from time to time. Seth Graham Smith, who wrote the Abraham Lincoln Vampire Killer movie.
And Pride and Prejudice and Zombies.
He did that as well? Mm-hmm. He wrote the book or he wrote the movie?
I think he did both.
He wrote this, there were a couple different writers, but he wrote, this was his script.
Yeah, it's his story, and then there's 9 people who got credit.
Like, what a dream job that was. I thought like it played like a love letter to Batman. I have zero complaints about that script. I'm not like, they shouldn't, not at all. They were more imaginative than I would have dared be. It was.
I wonder if that script is what got him the Flash job, which he had then later lost.
I don't know, we could find out.
We could.
Let's get him on the show.
Tell us, Internet.
We'll ask Seth himself, Seth Graham Smith.
Right. There's room for 3.
Yeah, you'll fit. But hats off to all involved. I don't know who directed. Who directed?
Chris McKay, who was an editor on the first one.
On the Lego movie?
Yeah.
Wonderful job. Magic. There it is, folks. For Fatman and Batman, I'm Kevin Smith.
And I'm Marc Bernardin.
Come back next episode, and we're going to talk about other things.
Yeah.
Probably John Wick and shit.
Maybe.
Same fat time. Same fat channel. Spotcast.com or
YouTube.com/Kevin Smith.